The world hummed, a silent overture to a moment you couldn't explain. It wasn't just a coincidence. It felt scripted, a divine whisper directly into your ear. Maybe it was seeing the same number sequence 3 times in a single hour, or perhaps a song's lyrics echoed a private thought you held all day. These aren't accidents. They are echoes from a deeper wisdom, hermetic teachings woven into the fabric of existence, designed to awaken only when your inner world vibrates with a certain kind of discord. You've probably heard of mentalism, the law of rhythm and polarity. They sound like abstract principles, right? Like theories in an ancient book, but they're far more than that. They are persistent mirrors, reflecting back the dissonance within you until you learn to harmonize your own frequency. They are locked, waiting for your soul's distinct tuning. The hidden line, tucked away in the Kybalion, serves as a spiritual cipher. It's a key that will irrevocably alter how you perceive everything, your relationships, your finances, even your most fleeting emotions. They aren't just outcomes. They're energetic feedback loops, all originating from one single, powerful source, your inner vibration. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this. Now let's keep going. It felt like the universe was conspiring, weaving threads of unusual events into a tapestry just for you. A forgotten name popped into your head at the precise moment someone mentioned it. Or perhaps you found yourself reaching for a book you hadn't thought of in years, only to open it to a passage that spoke directly to your current dilemma. These are not careless accidents of fate. These moments are the universe's subtle nudges, whispers from an ancient wisdom designed to resonate with your awakening consciousness. Hermetic teachings, shrouded in enigma, remain dormant until the soul begins to stir, sensing a disharmony, a vibrational dissonance that begs to be understood. The concept of mentalism, the rhythmic pulse of life, and the push and pull of polarity, these aren't mere academic theories. They are the very essence of your experience, acting as mirrors that hold up an unflattering reflection until you master the art of inner tuning. You've now seen a glimpse of how synchronicity acts as a deliberate signal. But what happens when the methods you've been taught to change your reality are actually holding you captive? That's what we'll delve into in the next section, exploring why most manifestation methods secretly trap you. You've diligently followed the steps, visualized your desires with every ounce of focus, and perhaps even spoken affirmations into the void. Yet the reality you crave remains elusive, a mirage shimmering on the horizon. This isn't a sign of your inadequacy. It's an indication that the very tools you've been given might be working against you, designed to keep you chasing an illusion. Many popular manifestation techniques, while well-intentioned, often fall short. They focus on the what, the tangible outcomes, without addressing the deeper energetic mechanics at play. This creates a frustrating cycle, like trying to build a house on shifting sand. You're pouring your energy into external actions, unaware of the internal energetic misalignment that's sabotaging your efforts. This unseen barrier prevents true transformation, keeping you stuck in a loop of wanting and striving, never quite arriving at authentic fulfillment. It's a subtle form of energetic imprisonment, where the focus on the goal distracts from the necessary inner recalibration. You've glimpsed the surface of why your efforts might be failing, but the true reason lies in a forgotten teaching. Once we uncover the hidden line in the Kybalion that changes everything, the path to genuine manifestation will become brilliantly clear. Within the ancient text of the Kybalion, amidst its profound pronouncements on the 7 hermetic principles, lies a single, unassuming line. It's so elegantly simple, so seemingly innocuous, that it's easily overlooked, dismissed as mere poetic flourish. Yet this quiet sentence is the linchpin, the Rosetta Stone that unlocks the true power of these laws. This forgotten line acts as a spiritual cipher, a code that clarifies the intricate dance between your inner state and outer circumstances. It redefines not just individual principles like mentalism and polarity, but the entire framework through which you perceive cause and effect. It reveals that what you've considered, results, are merely echoes of a deeper, often unacknowledged, origin point. Without understanding this single phrase, the other principles, though powerful, remain incomplete, their potential largely untapped. You might grasp the concepts, but you'll miss the mechanics of their activation, leaving you perpetually on the outside looking in, wondering why the magic seems to elude you. You're now beginning to understand that there's a hidden key to unlocking these ancient laws, but this key is tightly bound to a fundamental energetic truth. In the next section, we'll explore that truth. Why vibration is not a feeling, it's frequency memory. You believe vibration is a tangible feeling, a surge of excitement when something good happens, or a sinking feeling of dread when fear grips you. But this is only the fleeting expression, the surface ripple on a much deeper ocean. Vibration, in its true essence, is not about temporary emotional states. It's about frequency memory. Think of it like a tuning fork. Once struck, it vibrates at a specific frequency, and that frequency persists, a resonant echo long after the initial strike. Your being operates similarly. Every experience, every thought, every interaction imprints a specific frequency upon your energetic signature. This imprinting creates a persistent memory, an energetic residue that shapes your habitual responses and attracts corresponding experiences. It's like a radio dial permanently set to a particular station, broadcasting a consistent signal. What you perceive as a feeling is merely the sound coming through that station. You've seen that emotions are superficial indicators of something far more enduring. But how does this internal frequency memory truly manifest? The next section will unveil why the law of mentalism was never about mere thinking. The law of mentalism is often misunderstood, reduced to the simplistic notion that if you think it, you can have it. This leads many to believe that sheer willpower and focused imagination are the keys to manifestation. They spend hours mentally rehearsing desired outcomes, envisioning their dreams with intense precision, believing this internal focus is the primary engine of creation. But this interpretation is a profound oversimplification, a misdirection that leaves practitioners frustrated and bewildered. If thinking alone was sufficient, the world would be perfectly aligned with the collective desires of humanity. The truth of mentalism extends far beyond the mere act of formulating thoughts. It's about the underlying energetic charge, the resonance that your thoughts carry, not just their content. A thought devoid of this deeper energetic signature is like a seed without fertile soil. It may exist, but it cannot truly germinate and manifest into tangible form. You're beginning to peel back the layers of what mentalism truly is, but we've only touched the surface of its power. This next section will reveal that mental rehearsal is powerless without tuning. You've been told that visualization is the ultimate power, that mentally rehearsing success will inevitably draw it into your life. You spend hours picturing your dream car, your ideal relationship, your abundant bank account. You feel the joy, the success, the fulfillment, all within the theater of your mind. And yet, the external world remains stubbornly indifferent. Why? Because mental rehearsal, as commonly practiced, is incomplete. It's like beautifully written sheet music without an instrument to play it on. The notes are there, the melody is perfect, but there's no sound, no resonance to carry it into reality. The crucial missing element is energetic tuning. Your thoughts, no matter how vivid, are only potent when they align with your underlying energetic frequency. If deep down there's a conflicting vibration, a subtle doubt, a lingering fear, a societal conditioning, your mental rehearsal becomes an internal dissonance. It's a beautiful song playing on a broken record player, the melody warped and distorted. You've grasped that intention alone isn't enough. A deeper energetic alignment is required. This leads us directly to the next vital truth. The universe doesn't respond to words, only resonance. We often believe that the universe listens like a benevolent being, waiting for our carefully crafted spoken intentions or our deeply felt wishes. We articulate our desires, we pour our emotions into them, and we expect a direct, literal response. We assume that if we ask politely enough or with enough intensity, our requests will be heard and granted. But this perception is a fundamental misunderstanding of cosmic mechanics. The universe doesn't operate on a linguistic or conceptual level as we do. It doesn't process our words or interpret our pleas in the way a human might. Instead, it operates on a pure energetic principle, resonance. Think of it like a vast, sensitive instrument. It doesn't care about the specific melody you're trying to hum. It only responds to the vibrations you send out. If you send out a frequency of scarcity, it will resonate with scarcity. If you send out a frequency of joy, it will echo with joy. Your words are merely the vehicles for your underlying energetic broadcast. You've now seen how the universe responds not to what you say, but to what you emanate. But this energetic exchange has a profound implication for how you see yourself and your reality. In the next section, we'll explore the mirror principle they don't want you to understand. The world you inhabit is not an independent entity separate from you. It is, in its most fundamental energetic form, a perfect mirror reflecting the internal state of your being. Every person you encounter, every situation that unfolds, every circumstance that arises, these are not random occurrences. They are direct projections of your own energetic signature, your dominant vibrational frequencies. This is the mirror principle, and it's a truth that can be profoundly challenging to accept. It means that the other, the person who irritates you, the obstacle that frustrates you, the lack you perceive, is not an external problem. It is an external manifestation of an internal pattern, a symptom of a vibration you are holding. When you grasp this, you begin to see that you are not actively creating your reality in the sense of conjuring things out of thin air. Instead, you are perpetually remembering or replaying a specific frequency. Your dominant energetic state acts as a beacon, drawing to you all that vibrates in harmony with it, acting as a perfect, albeit sometimes harsh, reflection. You're starting to understand that your reality is far more interconnected with your inner self than you ever imagined. But this understanding of remembrance is key to a much deeper truth. In the next section, we'll uncover that you're not creating, you're remembering frequency. The common narrative of creation, especially in manifestation circles, suggests that we are active architects, consciously building our desired reality from the ground up. We set intentions, visualize outcomes, and believe we are actively making things happen through sheer force of will and focused thought. This empowering, yet ultimately misleading, perspective implies a level of control that can lead to immense frustration. The deeper truth is far more subtle and paradoxically more liberating. You are not so much creating as you are remembering. Your current reality is a physical manifestation, a tangible echo of the dominant frequencies you have consistently held and vibrated with. It's like revisiting a familiar song, its melody and rhythm deeply ingrained in your being. Every experience, every unchallenged belief, every emotional imprint has contributed to a unique energetic signature. This signature is like a vast database of frequencies you've experienced and imprinted upon your consciousness. When you encounter a situation or person, it's not a new creation, but a resonance, a recognition of a frequency you already hold within yourself. You're starting to see that your external world is a direct replay of your internal energetic archives, but this recognition can feel like a loss of agency. In the next section, we'll delve into escaping the illusion of control. The desire to control our circumstances is deeply ingrained. We meticulously plan, strategize, and strive to steer our lives in a specific direction, viewing any deviation as a personal failure or a cosmic injustice. This instinct to control, while understandable, is the very illusion that keeps us bound to predictable patterns and prevents us from tapping into the effortless flow of creation. When we believe we are in sole command, every unexpected turn, every setback, feels like an attack on our carefully constructed plans. We resist, we fight, we try to force outcomes, expending immense energy attempting to bend reality to our will. This struggle is the antithesis of the natural energetic principles at play. True power doesn't lie in rigid control, but in responsive alignment. It's about understanding that the universe has intelligence, a subtle guidance system that operates far beyond our limited conscious commands. By releasing the desperate need to micromanage every detail, we open ourselves to a much more potent and graceful form of influence. You've begun to question the effectiveness of your own attempts at control, but this realization often ushers in a sense of helplessness. In the next section, we'll explore the law of rhythm, why outcomes always reverse. The law of rhythm dictates that everything flows in and out. Like a tide, there is ebb and flow, a cycle of expansion and contraction. You've likely experienced this in your life, periods of immense progress and abundance followed by times of stagnation or apparent reversal. It's easy to view these downturns as failures, as evidence that something has gone wrong. However, these reversals are not failures, they are integral to the cosmic rhythm. They are necessary phases of consolidation, recalibration, and preparation for the next cycle of expansion. Think of a gardener planting a seed. There's a period of dormancy, of being underground, before the sprout emerges. This hidden phase is crucial for growth, not a negation of it. When you resist this natural ebb, when you cling to the peak of expansion and fear the subsequent flow, you disrupt the energetic harmony. This resistance creates undue friction, making the descent feel more jarring and the subsequent ascent more arduous. Understanding this law allows you to flow with, rather than against, the natural currents of life. You're beginning to see that your apparent setbacks are part of a larger energetic pattern, but this pattern also applies to your inner world. In the next section, we'll explore why your emotional pain isn't personal, it's a polarity signal. Your emotional landscape is often a tumultuous place, filled with moments of intense joy and equally intense pain. We tend to internalize these experiences, believing our suffering is a unique consequence of our personal history, our character flaws, or the specific injustices we've faced. Why me becomes a common lament. But what if your emotional pain isn't a personal indictment, but rather a directional signal? The Hermetic principle of polarity states that everything has an opposite, and these opposites are fundamentally the same in essence, differing only in degree. Your deepest emotional discomfort often signifies the extreme end of a particular spectrum you are polarized to. When you're experiencing intense sadness, it's not just an unfortunate feeling. It's a powerful signal that you are strongly polarized towards the experience of sorrow. This extreme polarity is what the universe uses to highlight an energetic imbalance, gently or sometimes not so gently, nudging you to notice it. This pain is a beacon pointing towards the direction of balance. You've now seen how your emotions are not just personal feelings, but energetic signals, but understanding these signals requires a specific internal shift. In the next section, we'll delve into why desire without identity collapse is useless. The pursuit of desire, a fundamental human drive, is often presented as the key to fulfillment. We are taught to identify what we want, to chase it relentlessly, and to believe that achieving these desires will bring happiness. We set goals, we visualize outcomes, and we pour our energy into obtaining the object of our longing. However, desire itself is not inherently problematic. The issue arises when it occurs without a corresponding identity collapse. This means that your core sense of self, your deeply held beliefs about who you are, remains fundamentally unchanged even as you pursue a new external reality. You want more money, but you still identify as someone who is inherently lacking or unworthy of abundance. This internal disconnect creates a vibrational battle. Your desire pulls you in one direction, while your ingrained identity anchors you firmly in the opposite. Without the willingness to let go of the old self-concept that doesn't align with your desired outcome, the desire becomes a futile exercise, a wish cast into a void that cannot resonate with your current energetic imprint. You've seen how unchecked desire can be a dead end, but this leads to a vital question about what true adjustment looks like. In the next section, we'll explore why balance doesn't mean neutrality. The concept of balance is often misinterpreted as a neutral, placid state. We imagine a life where emotions are muted, where passions are tempered, and where we exist in a constant, unruffled equilibrium. This idea of neutrality, while perhaps sounding peaceful, is actually a misunderstanding of true energetic equilibrium. True balance is not the absence of extremes, it is the mastery of them. It means being able to feel joy intensely without being swept away by it, and to experience sadness without succumbing to despair. It's the capacity to move between the poles of any given spectrum, love and fear, abundance and scarcity, creation and destruction, with conscious awareness and adaptability. Imagine a skilled dancer. They don't avoid powerful movements to maintain balance. They utilize the dynamic forces of their motion, their core strength, and an acute awareness of their center of gravity to remain upright and in control. Similarly, spiritual balance is about energetically engaging with the full spectrum of existence from a centered, awakened perspective. You've begun to understand that balance is not about inertia, but dynamic mastery, but this dynamic engagement creates a particular kind of progression. In the next section, we'll explore the spiral, why your growth repeats in cycles. The path of personal growth can often feel frustratingly cyclical. You achieve a breakthrough, feel you've finally mastered a lesson, only to find yourself facing a similar challenge, a recurring theme, a familiar obstacle further down the road. It's like climbing a spiral staircase. You're moving upwards, gaining new perspectives, yet the scenery might seem eerily similar to points you've already passed. This repetition is not a sign of failure or stagnation. It's a fundamental aspect of energetic evolution, the very nature of the spiral. Each time you encounter a challenge, you are approaching it from a higher energetic vantage point, with more wisdom and a deeper understanding than before. The pattern repeats, but your energetic resonance with it has shifted. This cyclical nature allows for deeper integration. You aren't just learning a lesson, you are embodying it at increasingly refined levels. Each pass through a similar energetic landscape refines your frequency, integrating the wisdom gained from previous cycles into the very fabric of your being, preparing you for the next stage of your journey. You've seen that growth is not linear but cyclical, and this cyclical nature has a powerful culminating point. In the next section, we'll explore mirror collapse, the final remembering. The journey through understanding hermetic principles, vibrational mechanics, and the nature of energetic resonance culminates in a profound realization: mirror collapse. This is not an end in the traditional sense, but a final, all-encompassing remembering. It's the moment the illusions that have previously clouded your perception dissolve, revealing the unified nature of all that is. Mirror collapse signifies the breakdown of the perceived separation between self and other, between inner and outer reality. The reflections you've encountered, the challenges, the relationships, the circumstances, no longer appear as external events happening to you. Instead, they are recognized as integral expressions of your own energetic essence, fully integrated and understood. It is the moment the game of us versus them, of good versus bad, of lack versus abundance, ceases to be a genuine conflict. You realize that these are merely different facets of the same fundamental energetic principle, all vibrating within the unified field of existence. This is the true remembering of your co-creative power, not as a force imposed from without, but as an inherent quality of your being. Make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next teaching. See you in the next one.